Alright, y'all, man, welcome back to another video, another reaction video, and today we are reacting to how Bape got away with copying Nike and won. So, if you don't know what Bape is, well, I'll show you like just a little dive into it. So this is the Air Force One. You know what I'm saying? You should already know how the Air Force One look. You know what I'm saying? You can go to images. So that's the Air Force One right there. You know what I mean? But and this is the Bape's. It's the Bape's. Same as that look and all. And what's crazy is that they charge more. They could charge more for for their shoes for the basically the Star Air Force Ones. They charge more for them. And like the Kanye ones, yeah, like, it's crazy. But we're gonna go to hop into it, man. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe, bruh. We're on to 100. Y'all go like the other video that I just uploaded about the Valorant dude, the Valorant kid. So yeah, we gotta hop into it.
The act of ripping other brands is nothing new. All of fashion has been in that practice for decades upon decades, which actually makes you wonder why people get so uptight about it. It happens everywhere.
I know when the Steve Madden copied the Cactus Jacks, people.
But that's another story entirely. And this is about one of the most successful rips in history, the iconic Bapesta by a bathing ape in lukewarm water. How did it become so popular? What are some of its most iconic releases, and how the hell did Bape get away with it? All those questions get answered here and more right now, because I'm your boy Reggie Casual. This is WTH. Let's get it.
I could tell you just how they got away with it. Listen, they got away with it because Pharrell was rocking Bape. Pharrell and Nigo, like they like the Bape gods, bro. They've been rocking the Bape. And like that's how they got away with it, because Pharrell, he like a fashion trend. I'm just saying it just before. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen video. I'm just going off like what I know. You know what I mean?
The Bapesta was released in the early 2000s, had to be officially around 2002 for reasons I'll explain later. And upon release, it shared a striking resemblance to Nike's Air Force One, aka the Uptown. And that was no accident. While a great many at the time scoffed at this obvious rip, those in Japan were a bit more open to the idea. In fact, the practice of remaking and reimagining and improving has been something the Japanese have done for years. Just look at Studio de Artisan and Edwin for reference. So it made sense that the Bapesta began as a familiar silhouette with subtle and noticeable differences. For one, the Bapesta nixed the swoosh, obviously for the iconic Bape star. Also, note, in Japanese, the pronunciation of star is sta. So technically, the pronunciation is Bapesta. Hence the star on the side rather than the official Bape logo. So there's that. End of note. The sneaker also replaced would-be Nike Air branding with Ape branding, and just to sweeten the design pot a little bit, the colorways were certainly Bapeified using patent leather, giving the Bapesta its own identity separate from the Air Force One. Essentially though, the silhouette of the sneaker is the exact same as the Uptown, and this proved to be a fantastic idea for Nigo & Co., as the Bapesta became one of the most popular sneaker releases of its time, especially in Japan. It also helped that Nike's own Air Force One was by far one of the most popular sneakers in Japan at the time and still is. And I get it, Uptowns are popular everywhere, but in Japan it's on another level of crazy. To be clear, Japan gets more colorways, more releases, and more collabs for Air Force Ones than any.
And that is what I don't like, bruh. Like the resellers, bruh, they'll get some shoes from Japan. Like these, maybe in Japan, these probably be worth. So these probably be maybe, we're gonna say like 130 US dollars. We're gonna say that max, right? They'll get the Japan exclusives and resell them for like 300 just because they're Japan exclusives and you cannot get that colorway in the US. And that's why I do not like resellers, bro. Like that job be killing me. Come on, bro.
Country,
Like, come on, we
including
get fair.
America, in the world. So that kind of gives you an idea of how popular they are here. And because Japanese aren't as discerning when it comes to ripping as Americans tend to be, the Bape Star was seen as an extension of the most popular sneaker in Japanese street fashion history. It eventually caught the eyes of celebs in the West like Pharrell and Kanye
See? You see what I said? I said Pharrell.
West.
And then I also, when I searched it up, I said the Kanye ones. Like, them was like, I'm trying to tell you.
And when that happened, the shoe exploded.
Exactly.
And just like that, the Bape Star once scoffed by.
Exactly, man. Because when Kanye was out, bro, around that time, he was like, he was on, man, Kanye was on that, like, dominating the world type job. Like, man was doing what he do. And Pharrell was on the same thing by producing people beats and jobs. Pharrell and Kanye was on that. Like, when they get on something, when they put something on, their fan base and their haters gonna mess with it. That's how I was with the Yeezys. And I look at them, Yeezys so expensive, bro. Well, not right now, but like 2016, man, couldn't get a pair under 220, under 300 really.
By Westerners became one of the most sought after sneakers in the entire game. It was hard to get because it was in Japan. But it also spawned collaborations with everyone from COLLABS, Marvel, AMP, Daft Punk, SpongeBob SquarePants, NERD, and of course, Kanye West himself. The Bape Star even inspired Nike to release patent leather versions of the Air Force One. After Nigo left Bape, however, the sneaker took a short hiatus, but eventually came back, subduing its colorways a bit, but still kicking in collabs that keep Bape heads intrigued to say the least. But the real question is, how did Bape get away with straight up copying Nike's most iconic sneaker without Nike dropping the legal hammer? You've probably heard everything from the design is changed just enough to thwart the lawsuit to the ridiculous Nike owns a stake in Bape, which is real funny considering Bape does collabs with Adidas and Reebok, which is owned by Adidas all the time, and there would be no way in hell Adidas would give money to Nike knowingly. Come on, it just wouldn't happen. Nah, it's actually much more simple than that. For one, US patent law only protects any utility for 20 years, and the Air Force One was released in 1982. The Bape Star thwarted Nike's wrath by releasing the Bape Star in the early 2000s. That would be 2002. And because Japanese patent law has a similar time limit, 20 years, Bape dodged a damn cannonball. That and Bape really did change some major elements of the sneaker.
Got the jack.
Just in case things didn't go their way. So the changes, plus patent law, served Bape well. Of course, they couldn't copy the logo, but they could copy the silhouette, even if Nike patented it. So there you have it. And that's a major reason why copying is rampant today among older silhouettes, because the patents are up. The Bape Star is a great example, though, of doing a copy right. All puns intended. The idea is to get something familiar and spin it to the point where people actually respect it. Now that's hard to do, but the Bape Star was so different, yet bold enough to embrace its own look. In fact, many first believed that Bape Stars were just fake uptowns. And Bape didn't even run away from that criticism. They were like, yeah, that's what they are. And if that isn't a WTH, I don't know what the hell is. But what's your take on the Bape Star? Your speed or no? Or what's your favorite release if they are your speed? Let that be known in the comments. And don't forget to mention what brand, designer, concept, or piece you'd like to know more history about. You might see it on WTH. But most importantly, you know what it is. Keep it casual. And I'll see you guys in a minute. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give a thumbs up if you liked the video. Follow on Instagram for the latest out of Japan and beyond. And if you want even more content and business tips, all you got to do is become a member right here on YouTube or Patreon at patreon.com/thecasual. But most importantly, keep it locked right here for all of your info on international street fashion and culture from Tokyo. It's your boy, and keep it casual. Yoroshiku onegai.
Well, that ends that video, but I'm just gonna put a little bit of my sauce on it. So, personally, no matter what, the fashion is gonna be copied generation after generation after generation. So I really don't see like why people would be that's what you said it. Like that's what it is. Like why make something that you know that you feel like is gonna set trends, and then when somebody take your trend and like put a flavor on it, get mad. Like it doesn't make sense. If anything, you should have just kept it to yourself. So that's how I put it. Like no matter what, fashion gonna repeat over and over. Like no matter what generation. Stuff stuff from the 70s and 50s and 80s. Like for example, this LA Dodgers probably was all the way back. Like same hat, right? Same hat. It's maybe cheaper, maybe less quality, but like the generation, man, and technology, it has a big impact. So that's what I'm getting at. Like the technology has a big impact on how clothes and stuff are not merchandise, but how fashion is just different. So that'll wrap it up for this video, man. Don't forget like, comment, and subscribe. It's on the road to 100. I might be just be reactions for a little minute until my camera get back. So yeah. And also, I might be doing Valorant gameplays. Like I be having fun conversations on Valorant. So yeah, hopefully y'all like this video. And your boy Quick is out, bro. Wait, I ain't do that right. Boy Quick is out.